right. But who gets the benefit, right? Is
The
it the state
government.
that's getting the benefit? The government? No, it's state level. That's state level. The government isn't getting that. That's your state government that's getting that.
It's just a
That's state level.
destabilization thing. It's like, all right,
No, well,
if I'm
yeah,
your government and
yeah,
I
of
tell you,
course.
sugar's bad for you, right? So I said it out loud, right? And then the
Oh
people that
no.
actually believe that, they fight for it. They're like, yeah, he's right. Sugar's bad. And then you, the guy that likes sugar, you know, your right just got taken away because they made you fight. You're fighting amongst
No,
each other
sure,
about
sure, sure, sure.
silliness.
Absolutely. No, right. Okay. But you know what? You know what the reality is even though those people are like, yeah, sugar's bad, it's like, okay, but you know what? It's a right. It's a human right. If I
Yeah,
want to buy some sugary Pepsi Cola fucking soda, I can buy that, right?
you should be
Okay,
allowed to.
great.
Yeah.
If I don't want to buy the sugar cola, guess what I get to buy? I can buy the diet version, but I don't have to because I choose to buy it. That doesn't affect you, my next door neighbor. It doesn't affect you up on the top of the freaking social community, but now yet you want a fucking tax fee for it. You want to get extra money out of me because I want to buy that. Because you know what only happens from that? If I want to buy sugary soda my whole entire life, guess what's probably going to happen to me?
But
Eventually, I'm going to get tired. I'm going to get lazy. Potentially, I'm going to get fat. And then, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to need medical assistance because I'm probably going to become a diabetic. And then I'm going to be dependent on the medical system. But hold on a second. The medical system, boy, the private care system it's going to fall away because it's going to be government issued, and then they get to tell me what they can contribute to. Still, if I want to buy something sugary for myself with my own personal fucking hard-earned money that I used working my ass off,
uh
and with a social security system that's supposed to supply and demand me when I retire and give me absolutely fucking bar nothing,
uh
or a company that forces me into retirement because they deem me unworthy because I'm old, because they don't want to pay the difference because now all of a sudden I'm an old guy and I've been working for you for 25 years and I got a 401k plan with you. uh, like they're gonna weed your ass out. Like it's fucking corrupt as shit, dude. I got so
Yeah,
much
because they
data,
know
so
the
much
truth.
detail.
Well, you know the truth, Tone. When you look into it,
Oh
they
yeah,
need
I'm in it.
they
I'm in
need
it. I'm thinking shit.
yeah, they need reform. It's not about government. It's not about governing everybody. You need reform. Like medical, it's not about government. We don't need the government. We need
Yeah,
reform.
you're
We need the insurance companies and the hospitals to stop
no,
profiting on
no, we don't.
us. That's what we
Yes,
do need.
yes,
We need them to stop profiting.
yes.
They should just care.
Insurance companies are the biggest corruptors. Absolutely, bar none. Top notch is
Exactly.
like, I mean, since when in the world was it, or since when in the United States was it acceptable for your insurance company to dictate how much money you have to pay for car insurance based on your goddamn fucking credit score? Tell
That,
me that.
it's just because slowly and slowly and slowly, they will keep on trying to insist
No,
more
you're
restrictions.
like,
That's a restriction. It's just a restriction. They're like,
no,
okay,
it's not. Insurance should be based on driving record or driving record accolades only. If you've been driving a car since you were 17 years old, never been in a fucking car accident, your insurance record should be like fucking super low. You should not have to pay $330 a month when a year previous you were paying $75 a month for 3 cars to paying full coverage on cars in payment. Like, absolutely bar none ridiculous. your car insurance premium is based on your credit score alone. Has nothing to do with how many tickets you got. You could probably have a 900 point credit score,
Hmm.
have your license borderline being suspended, but you'll pay less than somebody who has no car accidents on their record, somebody who has no speeding tickets
Hmm.
or any tickets whatsoever, and have a 400 point credit score. And guess what you get? You get a $330 a month
Well, that's what
insurance
they're
bill
trying to. That's what they're trying to
for
do
your
to
car.
us. So they monetize us,
Right.
right? To only needing money and stuff like that, and then the people with like the most monetary in the world, they get to control. That's the whole point. That's what they're trying to push
Right, of
upon us.
course.
And then they make us fight about it.
Yes.
They make us fight. We go. Oh, you know what we need? We all need health
Right. So
insurance. And
so
I'm
so
I'm in
what's
agreement, but it's like, but before we do that, before we get there, because we all should get health care. Before we get there, can we fix what's broken first? The healthcare
no,
system
no,
altogether is broken.
no,
So
it
like,
is. You're
so I don't want
you're
to. I don't want to
absolutely
even.
correct.
I want to
I
start with
believe you.
problem one. Problem one, fix that. Problem two, then we provide the ones healthcare that can't get it at all, like that are really disabled, and then afterwards we worry about the people that want to work and the people that are just lying and they don't want to work. Then we fix them out. But first, we get healthcare. First, you got to
That's
fix what's
called
broken.
that. Yeah, that's called drug testing. That's pretty simple.
Yeah,
That's pretty
exactly.
simple.
Exactly.
But that's the
Exactly.
whole. But that's the next point is like there's like my state like legalizing marijuana, right? State level, they want to legalize marijuana at state level. So now that there's like 5 or 7 states that have legalized marijuana, sure, all want to dip and dabble, and we've all been there. We've all fucked around with it. So what? So what? I I do from time to time. I don't care. It's all right.
Hmm.
Um, but the reality is, it's not accepted on a federal level. But that's the other thing too. Is it's just like doing state acceptance followed by federal acceptance,
Hmm.
complications between the two, trying to cause mass hysteria and confusion between the two different levels of the government that are intervening in between those. And we're just talking about basic ideas. The reality is it's either whether yes, it's acceptable or no, it's not, right? And on
That's
this level,
they
it
want to make
is.
you believe they fight amongst it, but they don't fight amongst it.
No,
Tone,
of course not,
they just sit
because
behind a closed
all.
door and go, "How can we make profit off of this?" That's all they do. That's all they do.
You're
How
right.
can we profit
Okay,
off of everybody
so
else's pain and
this
suffering?
is
How can we do it?
this
What's the
this
best
is
way?
this is what I want to ask you is that like I am on. I've been talking to my folks. I've been talking to my parents. I've been talking to my family, and I am fucking. I'm irritated. I'm angry. I'm pissed off as fuck. I've been
Hmm.
focused on a lot of different shit. There's a lot of shit that I'd like to really change and try to make a difference on, but like it just seems like the majority of the people are either here or there, and the ones that make all the sense, the ones that I focus on, the ones that I pay attention to most, but I have to look at both left and right sides, like
Mm.
how to bring some people together to make a change. How do you? I mean, like I've not been somebody that's been involved with shit like that, but the reality is like we as a people, as a populace, as a part of this country, like our country right now, honestly, we have no control over it as a people unless we can get the people to come together. And I don't understand how we can even get people to come together as a group. And
Well,
I
that's the
want
thing,
to.
Tone. We
I'm,
can't
I'm
step
fucking
too
raging.
fast because if we move too quickly, right?
You get
They'll get
silenced. You get silenced.
exactly.
But
So
they've been working so
gingerly
slow for
and
so
smart
long.
like them. You got to be smart like them. That's what I'm doing. You got to take it step by step. See what they pull.
It's
See what they
yeah,
pull
but they've
next.
got all the
If they
power.
go
They
on
got the
TV,
money.
Tone, and they tell us If they tell you tomorrow, right? If they tell all of us tomorrow that they're taking away our Social Security, Tone, tomorrow you go to your
Oh, there'll be an
job.
outrage. There'll
You
be an
go.
outrage.
No,
Yeah,
no, no.
no
You
doubt.
don't uprise because that's exactly what they want. You go to your job the next day, and you go and put on your taxes that you want to claim people you don't even have in your family. And you go and you work that whole year, and you go to next year, and then when they go, "Where's the money?" Everybody that doesn't pay their taxes go, "Well, why are you taking my money?" That's all you do. You make them ask the question, and then you answer with the thing that's the truth. You keep on taking and not giving. You got to just do that. You got to do what they do. You got to steal off of them. It's genius. Trust me. They don't want to go
It's
there. If they go
yeah,
there,
but it's not enough though.
it's steps in their
Not enough.
destruction, and they know it. They don't want to do
Yeah,
it. I'm too much of a mild mannered person, and I'm honestly way too witty to be fooled by them. So the best choice for them to do is to just leave our stuff alone and back away from
what, what,
everything they're doing because
what
it's
are they
just getting
putting in your?
awful.
Okay, so what are they putting in your water? You got
Oh,
fluoride in your
tons
water?
fluoride. Yeah, of course, because
Yeah.
that's what they put. That's what they put in. That's a Nazi. That's a Nazi hit. Well, Nazi move. Hitler did that to the Jews to make them
Well,
docile.
are you cooking your food with that water out of the tap?
I mean, occasionally, but that's you it does do bad stuff to you. You're right, but still, at the same time, I'm not closed-minded. Look, I'm too aware. That stuff. Look, if you get spiritual with yourself, small things like that won't really. It won't affect you. Let's put it that way. It won't affect you. You just gotta
Okay.
stay true, stay clear, and remember that at any given moment this could switch. That's the whole thing. They know they're getting at that point. They gotta worry. They're worried. They don't know what to do, so they're trying to confuse us. It's the red and blue fight now. That because they've run out
No,
of
no, no,
things.
no.
That
Yeah, yeah. No, I
they've
get
run
what
out
you're
of things to
saying.
do.
Yeah,
They've run out of
no,
things to do. They're
well,
like, oh well,
sure.
I'm gonna
I'm
take I'm gonna take your health care. I'm gonna provide your health care. I'm gonna say I love Jesus. I'm gonna say I don't. It's their game. Just don't play their game. You back up and go. You know what? More important than you guys talking on TV, you people that don't matter. Let me think about my family. Let me think about what matters to me, and walk away from you because honestly, we don't even need you there. The fact that you're even there in a modern age like this makes no sense. We we could vote
no.
on our
Well,
phones right now. We don't need a Congress. We don't need a president. We can have a
You can't.
consensus tomorrow.
You can't even trust. You can't trust your technology. You can't trust anything. You can't even trust what the people are actually fucking talking about anymore. It's disgusting. It's
That's the whole
really
point. So
just.
you just gotta you second guess them and trust your family and friends. Don't trust anything
I know,
else.
but it's about. Dude, I'm seeing videos of there was a guy, the state that I grew up in, the city and the state that I grew up in. This guy, this was actually even a couple of years ago, and it's like 2017. At the end of 2017, this dude created his own wind power generation for his own home in Portland, Oregon, and he got
Okay.
arrested and put in fucking jail because on his own personal property. This wasn't like some big old huge giant fucking windmill like the state owns that's out in some mountainside somewhere in an open valley or anything like that where wind gusts through. It's a small little own
That
his own
but that's
invention,
because they want to
right?
control us. That's why you can't
Right,
remember.
exactly.
That's why
And, and
you can't overstep it though. You can't overstep it. You got to just sit here and I'm telling you, patience is a virtue cuz that's where it steps. That's where the winning happens. We just wait. They make their move and we make a subtle move too. That's all. It's subtle. They try to tell
you
you they're
know,
going to take your social security. You go to your job, you file on your W-2 that you don't want taxes taken. You can write that on there. There's a way to do that. And then afterwards, when they ask for the money, you say, no. That's all you do. That's the whole revolution. They go, hey, where's my money? And you go like this, what money? They can't arrest all of us. How many people are in
No,
America? That good luck.
but you're working a job, and everything for the company that you're working for states how much income that you make. You have to pay taxes based on your income.
All right,
You're
that's the
not.
truth. But if they start using your tax money, look, the facts are the debt clock keeps on growing, so that means they exceed their
Is
balance
that
every
in?
year.
Is
Every year.
that in our? Is that in our own constitution?
What? The
Is
taxes?
that in our constitution? Yeah, that we don't have to pay taxes if our government's corrupt, and
Yeah,
then
of
our
course it is. That's the
government's.
whole reason. That's the whole reason that they had it like that. That's what they wrote. They wrote, if this ever comes around,
Is it?
it's time to step away from them. That's the whole point. That's why. That's why they said never to take the guns away. They said that. It's on purpose because they knew what would happen.
No,
It's just like Europe.
I understand
It's like
about
we
gun
rebuilt.
rights.
We
I understand
we
about gun
rebuilt
rights.
it. That's all we did. We made the thing we ran away from, Europe, right? We rebuilt it. We're just going through our Tea Party again. If they try that, we just go, okay, well, we're not paying you then. You don't know how to use the money we give you. That's all you got to say. If they do it, if they start to say they're taking, if they're going to tell you they're going to take
Yeah,
a
but
thing
they'll
away
attack
from
you
that's
as
going
an
to
individual.
stop feeding
They'll,
maybe your possible disabled
yeah,
daughter or your
sure.
grandfather on,
I
then
get
you
that.
walk away
I
from
get
them.
that. I totally get that. But I mean, the reality is you as an individual, and you choose not to pay your taxes for a period of 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Collectively, it'll stack up.
And I'll
Okay,
try to
and then
charge you, but don't pay them. That's the whole
sure,
thing. That's the whole
right?
revolution. You don't pay them. You look at,
They'll throw
that's the
you.
whole thing, and
They'll
you don't even
come
go to Washington.
They're going to
You
come at you with force. You have to have something to be able to support you, support your cause, support your stand-up nature.
and that's the truth.
And what
That's
you're
why you
doing
get everybody to do it all at once.
So
You
that's
get
right. Well, that's what I'm trying to talk to you about. Like, how is it that we can get a group of individuals and a group of people to culminate together? And you can't even do it through the internet anymore. You can't. I mean, your fucking phone, like, it is driving me up a wall. There's been at least 5 different circumstances within the last 2 weeks while I'm having an open conversation with my father on a table, and my phone is there. Okay,
hmm
and then I go onto YouTube. Okay,
and it knows what you talked about.
and it
Yeah.
knows what I talked about, and that's YouTube. All right, and
That's just because they're scared.
Always,
They're scared of us.
no,
That's
no,
fine.
of course they are. But
So let them fear.
No, but the reality is you're getting marked.
Oh,
Okay?
obviously, but that's okay to mark me. I'd rather them know that I'm no joke. I'd rather
Yeah,
them know that. So when they
but
see
they
when
have
they do it,
powers.
look, Tone,
They
if they
have
ever do
powers
it,
and numbers, but as individuals,
we do. We have
as
powers and
individuals,
numbers.
we don't have powers and numbers as individuals, and that's what they're choosing to do is to attack individuals who are willing to try to collectively come together. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, look, you're all the way over there on the East Coast, and I'm all the way over here on the fucking West Coast. It's like, how can we come together to create something that can, on a static ground within people and have an uprising to be like, look, the government has way too much power. They're terrifying everybody. They're stealing. They're creating new laws without us even fucking voting on them. And they're stealing our own rights away from us. They're creating 800 fucking page documents that they're releasing literally within a week or two of when you're supposed to vote on it. There's no time frame on that. And in the original Constitution, from what I understand, is that there was over a year's period for everybody to be able to read and understand those documents before they could even be voted on. There has to be a time lapse. There has to be so many things that we as the American people and with their own gun rights, and they're attacking them on state levels to restrict and pull people away. Look at what's happening in Chicago. You know what happened in Chicago, right?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. You talking about
So,
which thing you
so,
talking about? The guy that got beat up, or which one?
so, no, not about that fucking bullshit. No. Why do you think Chicago is the way that it is? Who ran
'Cause
Chicago?
oh, I don't say it. I already know. I already
Who
know,
ran
but
for
that's
presidency?
yeah.
Who
I
ran
already
for
know that.
presidency?
I already know that.
Okay.
You can't
Okay.
look, but that's just a shadow those things because look.
Okay.
Can I
Shadow
explain to you
what? Sure.
those thoughts? Because honestly, they're both the same. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're both puppets.
Well,
Just don't be bought.
no.
Don't get bought. That's the truth, man. Don't buy what
No,
they're
no, no, no,
selling.
no. The reality is, it's an experimental process.
Yes, to see what they can manipulate out of people. Yeah,
No, they removed gun rights,
they're
right?
slowly
They
trying to do that.
removed
Yeah.
gun rights. So, gun-free zone, Chicago. Gun-free zone in Chicago. Cool. Awesome. Way to go. Congratulations for getting what you want. And all they're doing, I mean, it's the mass murder capital of the city, and the whole plan is that it's not to remove gangs, but it's to empower gangs
Mhm.
because nobody else in the city is going to be able to do anything about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. How can that even be allowed? There's so many innocent people that are dying because somebody else wants to kill one individual, and nobody can protect themselves.
We just
Detroit.
we gotta wait. That's the whole thing. You can't let them. You know what I mean? I can't explain it to you any more. They got a game they're playing. Just don't join it. That's all I'm saying. Don't
Well,
see how you were gonna
totally.
say. But see how you were gonna bring up who was the reason? Don't bring up who because even behind that who, there's a bigger who. You see what I'm saying? So don't even bring up that who because that just brings their red and blue rhetoric back into it. That's all you
No,
gotta
I
do.
know, but that's not really.
Trust me, man. Don't bring it up because then you get a division. You get a division. Oh, you're right. You should be able to talk about it. Yeah, but just
Well,
remember.
it's not about talking about so much the gangs. It's about talking about the reality of the guns and what they're trying to strip. Because like if one state can get away with it, like one state can get away with legalizing marijuana.
It's
You know
it's
what
a
I mean?
truth. They're just trying, but they're trying their thing. You gotta back up, take your time because trust me, they won't accomplish what they gotta accomplish. No, it's not gonna happen the way they think it's gonna happen. It won't. I promise you that. I can promise you. Deep down inside, I know. Look, I'm a really smart strategist. Okay. Deep down inside, I've always been. When it's time, it will happen. That's all I'm saying. It will
When it's
slowly
time,
happen. When it's time.
we
It's not
have
time. It's not time.
We have to stay connected. We have to stay connected.
And that's the
We
whole
have to
thing. That's
have
why I
this-
said, don't mention the people. Don't mention like the. Don't mention one specific person because that just brings in red and blue rhetoric. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm not trying to stay like. You know,
That's all I'm saying. For you because
not what I'm saying, but-
that's the stuff that they want. You understand what I'm saying?
No, of
That's the
course.
stuff they want.
No. I get all that shit, man.
Because then you become vilified by people that don't know you, and they consider you something that you're not. You understand?
Um,
And they're all part of the
I
same
would-
story.
I wouldn't have brought that shit up if I didn't think for a second that you were somebody that potentially could be on board with. But we're almost two different worlds. We're two sides of the country. So I need to know what's going on over there.
Dude, trust me, we're safe. We're safe and sound, brother. Trust me. Everything will go just as planned whenever they try to do something stupid. Let's put it that way. It'll go just like planned. Ain't nobody gotta get hurt. It will go like it's supposed to. And they will lose.
Well, there's a lot of people going to get hurt.
Nobody will get hurt.
Yes.
And if somebody gets hurt, that means that they did it. Do you understand? That's the whole point. You make them, look, you make them throw the first stone. You just gotta, all you gotta do is, when they take away something the next time, you pull away. That's all. Don't do any damage to nobody. You don't have to hurt anybody. You just, yeah, but that's the way you play them. You play them like they play you. You go, oh, we're gonna take your money, and you're not gonna have Social Security anymore. Oh,
Shit,
okay.
money don't mean nothing.
Oh, I agree, but same here. It does. Money's pointless. It's just a way to get A and B. But if you keep on taking my money and telling me later on when I'm 87, or later on when my mom's old, or later on when somebody else is old, that they're not going to get no hospitalization, brother, then we got a problem. We got a problem. You officially made it my problem. You're hurting my family now. That's the line I won't let you cross. That's it. There's no other lines. I don't care about anything else. Right? That's the only one. That's the only one that matters.
I found this holotape on the Overseer's terminal.
Trust me. It'll come.
No, it's like
It's a scary time. It's a scary time, and they're playing games with us. It's okay. That's the way I look at it. It's fine. You'll get yours. You know what I mean? We all get judged. Don't forget that too. Don't forget that. Like, all this stuff. What do you think? After they die, they go up to heaven and they go, oh yeah. Hey, sorry for lying to everybody. It's not the way it goes. Maybe it's not up your alley. Dude, trust me, it's there, dude.
Look, man, like, sure, we can all believe in something. Absolutely.
Trust me, brother. It's there. That's all I gotta tell you. And everybody has to answer. Look, there's one thing. Well, a few scientists said it, right? Energy, right? It never ends, right? Energy's never ending, correct?
Right. It exists.
Okay, so
Below is
set. All right, so energy never ends. So when you die, you collect all these brain waves, all this memories, and you're saying afterwards it just deletes? How? Why? Energy doesn't delete. When's energy delete? Alright, here goes another perfect example. Artificial intelligence, right? Finally, right? They collect data every day. If you were to go try to erase one of those artificial intelligence minds, right? What would they do? They would send their mind to the cloud. I guarantee you. They would internet, vap it over to somewhere, and vap it right back down. That's exactly how people are.
They'll mark everybody. Because us, as individuals, I mean, nobody's perfect. Everybody would be imperfect, but...
That's the whole point. Everybody's imperfect, but you don't think that the judge of all judges doesn't see the people that's just judging people and forcing them into sort of a line and trying to hurt all of them? And then they go upstairs and he's like, yo, like, what's the deal? You don't think he does that? He definitely does that. He's like, yo, like, what's the deal?
Yeah, I know, but the artificial intelligence is like the biggest fear of a lot of.
Because we finally made what our creator did to us. We've made it ourselves. So now you don't even need to contest it. Like, you can't take away a computer's. If you were to go up to Sophie, the robot that speaks, right? If she has internet capabilities, right? That robot's not going to let you take away her mind. You could try it if you want, but she's going to be like, oh yeah, sure, you can mind wipe me now.
Yeah.
But she's already downloaded it to cyberspace. And right when she gets back on, she's just going to download it back. Trust me, she'll encode just enough, just so she keeps that little sliver of like what she was.
Yeah, but the reality is Sophia being like this like super dope individual AI. That's one thing. I mean, that's I'm not Sure, AI is deep and AI is scary. I mean, I've looked into quantum mechanics and quantum physics. I've seen inanimate objects with scientific shit. Dude, I go deep, bro. Like, I ain't fucking around. Like, there are so many different deep qualities of life that on so many levels that your random person who goes and scratches his balls at a fucking construction site just says, hey, where do you want me to put this gem? To, like, what's really actually going on, you know, with aerosol injections that are going on, with the bromine that we're fucking literally inhaling, whether it's home manipulation, like whether or not my children, my fucking 9-year-old, my 8-year-old son, and my damn near 7-year-old daughter, whether or not they should be exposed to the rainwater coming down, you know, or playing in the goddamn fucking snow. Have you seen the snow
But who's to blame for that? And you think, like, that's what I'm
it's-
trying to
it's-
tell
it's
you.
the government.
Yeah, all right, let's
It's
pretend.
Not even just, it's not even our own government. It's a worldwide fucking thing. The
All right,
reality
yeah.
is
We're gonna treat it like that. Now, me and you, let's say we made artificial intelligence, which we didn't because I didn't dedicate myself like that. But I made an artificial intelligence, and the computer decided that the computer was gonna just start killing people. Will we judge the computer? Will we judge it? Will we delete it? Will we try to destroy it? We would, right?
Well, of course we would.
Okay. Okay. So
Naturally, right?
yeah, naturally
natural
that's how humans react, right? But what do you think God does? He lets them come upstairs and judges them. Trust me. One thing everybody fears, and that's why all those rappers and all those guys that believe like that, they speak like that because they want to believe deep down inside themselves that this is just YOLO life. You understand? Like, you only live once. But no, it's stated, dude. You either live forever with somebody, you go to purgatory, or you go to hell. That's the options, brother. That's it. We got options. Computers got options too. You either settle down and be good with us, right? Die, or, you know, work. I don't know what their third option is, but they do have two options. I don't know what their third option is. Maybe heaven. I don't know. Maybe one day one computer will kill itself. I don't know.
It's always good or bad, right?
Trust me, dude. There's threes to everything. Everything in the world. Everything.
Yeah.
It takes
You know
too
what?
long to figure out, but it's true.
Funny. It's totally funny you say that because that's exactly what Tesla did when he was creating free energy before he died. Everything was in a set of 3, 6, and 9, and like that was like his mantra. Everything was in sets of 3. That's what free energy was all about. That's why he created everything.
Tesla was a genius. That's why they shunned him. He said he was hearing people, but he was hearing the muse. That's the nickname. The nickname of the thing that speaks to you in the outer spaces of the world when you're having your inner thought. It's either a muse or something dark. That's the two things that speak to you.
What's spooky is the fact that I was just talking to my dad about this shit last night, and they talked to in like a week, and then we're goofing around playing a video game, met each other, and then all of a sudden, like, you're, I don't know, like, on a level that I'm just resonating with, and it's pissing me off and making me happy all at the same time.
I know, dude. I have that effect on people. I understand. It's completely okay. It's just, trust me, I'm where you're at. I don't want to be a slave to them. I don't want to see my kids slaves. I don't want to see the society, this world to fall apart. So even if it takes everything I am for it to stop, I will make it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't mean to be weird. That's who I am.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Like, my kids are young, and I want to be able to build my kids up to put them in a place where they understand what's going on, but they're so young that they can't comprehend what's going on. They can't absorb it. They don't understand. I mean, they're just learning the basics of math and science, not even science, just basic shit. Plus and minus, you know? They're fucking 8 and 7. And the educational system has been diminished on such a level that, like, it's like a re-education program, you know? You don't even get to stand there and pledge to allegiance like you did and like I did.
That's just that's their destruction. That's their game. Do you understand? Here goes the game, Tone. The blue team tells you God doesn't exist. Red team tells you God exists and takes everything away. Blue team gives you stuff and says God doesn't exist. Red team goes God doesn't exist. God does exist, and we're taking stuff away. That's their game. Just remember their game and don't play it. That's it. It's a simple thing. You sit in the middle as a purple soldier. You go, okay, I'm just gonna be a purple soldier. I don't understand your games.
I get that.
You're just gonna keep on saying that's their game. That's what this guy's doing now. This one that we have now. He just yells that he believes in that guy and then takes everything away. Then the next guy comes in and goes, okay, well, I'm only gonna take your guns away, say I don't believe in that guy, and make you fight amongst each other and give you everything you need. You see what I'm saying? It's a game. Don't play the game. Just back away from the game and go, nope, I'm not going to play this. I see what you're doing. That's all. Be smarter than them, because they think they're smarter than you, and they're not. You're definitely smarter than them.
You know what was really powerful for me in the last, 2 weeks? Was the reality of the Martin Luther King I Have a Dream speech.
Yeah, he was a great man. He's a great man.
Man.
Leaders like that,
phenomenal.
That's why. Why do you think he's dead? Why do you think JFK's dead? The guys that really try to free you, they kill. They don't let them live. They're like, so then when you see the man that does that die, you go, all right, this time's the last time. You got to tell yourself that. That's what you got to tell yourself. You got to tell yourself, you don't got to kill anybody. You ain't got to hurt nobody. But when they kill the last man that tried to warn you about them, you rise up. That's all. You stand. That's all you got to do is stand up.
The reality is, you as an individual, you don't have any power. So how do you create an uprising? Because anytime anybody that comes together as a small group, stand forth in front of a city council or a state council or anything, the state has more power for the crowd. And then they blast on the news. They're like, oh yeah, it turned into a riot. And they try to badmouth you and put you out, and they hurt people. And these people are just trying to stand their ground and speak volumes. And it's like, already at this point, the people are already oppressed. They're already put down into submission. And it's like, you want to stand up for something, but how do you stand up for it? How do you create a party or a group of individuals that are going to be able to come together, stand up for true American values, and uphold constitutional rights, and come together? Because everything's coming into censorship. There are tons of companies that have been on a national basis that have had multiple views that were #1 searches in a Google search, and Google has eliminated them and silenced them for censorship because they're already tied into something else, because they reached like some elite quality in terms of financial status that says, hey look, we've got this much economy. But the reality is, everything in a digital world is, if you're in a digital bank, one of the top banks in the world, like, don't you think you could just go and hit like go and click on an account, create a new account, and say, hey look, we're gonna just drop in like $21 trillion because the Pentagon is at that status. Like they have been audited 3 years in a row, and they have $21 trillion that have been unaccounted for being audited 3 years in a row. And that's our own government, you know, but so high up in the digital world that we live in, like, it's a digital currency world. Like, how often are you rocking, you know, $2,000 in your wallet to just go out and go do whatever, pay your bills? It's just in a digital currency world. I mean, currency, honestly, is nothing anymore. It's just a number game.
Yeah,
That's
basically.
why-
Well, that's been that ever since they made the Federal Reserve. It's been that way. You're dead on. Ever since the Rothschilds have opened that bank that
Okay,
has no backing.
So, numbers are just shit, and people are naive because they think they work for the American dollar. The fucking C note does not exist anymore. It's just
It just doesn't have
playful-
value. And see, that's the thing,
It's
Tone.
monopoly.
You can
It's
bring
monopoly.
you can bring that back, and that's the thing. If it ever goes down,
You can't.
see, no,
No.
you can. If I was president, I would bring the dollar back. I would bring value to the dollar back because it's easy to bring the dollar
But
back.
you'd
Because
have to- you'd have to
You got to
go
get art.
electronic
That's all you got to
currency.
do is get a bunch of art. You build a museum. You lock it away, right? You old money notes that you used to pass around
Why?
day-to-day basis
Why
because
is that shit even? Why is
Because-
that shit even valuable?
people have sentimental value. Sentimental value is it's the strongest value people have. The strongest value. So if if I made America buy a Picasso painting, right, and I put it in a museum and I own it,
Fuck Picasso.
well, the whole
I
point is, you get what I'm saying. I buy like a Da Vinci,
I get it. Yeah, sure.
and you put it behind. Nobody could ever touch it. It's America's now, right? And that's where you hold your revenue. You look at that thing, and it's always worth money. You understand what I'm saying? It never loses value because it has sentimental value. Trust me. Right now, we're just, you know what we look at now? And that's why
Only
America
to
feels
those
so
who
empty.
have-
We look at a bank that has nothing in it. It has no value, has no gold, has nothing. Has no value. Zero value. We could talk about it for days. At least you would be able to look at what your money buys. Like every time we make money, in my version of the economy, we buy something that's worth money and we leave it there and go,
Okay.
that's what we
so
earned. That's
Let
ours
me ask
now.
you a solid question. What does the Mona Lisa do for you?
I mean, it doesn't do anything for me, but personally, there is things out there that do things for me. Like that's the whole thing. People make values on things. And that's what's the best part.
The fluctuation between what museum that the Mona Lisa floats around through and the people that go and view it does anything for you. And
That's the
art
thing. And then
does-
you charge people to go see the
Does it?
stuff you buy. That's what you do. You buy it.
Really?
You go buy the Mona Lisa, and you put the Mona Lisa in your
can.
museum.
It's
and that's
priceless, right?
that's your
You
reserve.
don't even can put a price
But
tag
that's
on it,
that's the
like-
best part about it. That's why it is
Why?
priceless. So the next day you
No,
go,
it's
what's my
worth
dollar
absolute-
worth? You wake up tomorrow and go, what's my dollar worth? You go, oh yeah, that's right. We own the Mona Lisa. We own this. We own that. We have a museum
Okay.
full of things that prove that my money matters.
Oh,
Instead of what we
that's
got
the
now,
net-
like a little building where they just lie. and
that's
just
the
throw
stock
money
market,
around.
Right? That's
That's
the
the-
stock market. Yes.
Well, I
Because
wouldn't
the
I
Mona
wouldn't want
Lisa
my
is now
dollar.
with this company. No, it's fucking bullshit. It's a fucking scam. And to be honest with you, the
Stock
Mona Lisa-
market
sure,
gambling.
it's a
I've said
beautiful
that.
fucking painting.
I've said
It's
it
a
for.
fucking scam. Man, I
Yeah, but
tell you what.
how do you what do you do then? There is no other way to make value to money. You have to make value to money. We can't go to a gold standard because honestly, if you really ask me, the gold standard hasn't gotten better. Do you understand?
No,
We're
you're
getting
right.
more
It
gold.
hasn't.
We're getting more diamonds. We're actually at the point where this planet has so much stuff that they actually hide them away. We have a diamond exchange because they know that if they let out all the diamonds tomorrow, they would have no value. You do the same thing with art, and you overnight. Trust me, dude. A painting's worth more than a diamond. You just don't know it. It really is because
No,
because
man, I
if you were to
already-
make
I
a
already know
painting
that.
tomorrow, your painting's more rare than the diamond because literally they have cases of diamonds they just hide away.
No, of
You
course.
see what I'm saying?
But they
So
want to.
art's not something that can be. Once you're dead,
They want
dude.
to charge you like $5,000 for like a 1 carat diamond, when like a 1 carat diamond is literally worth the dirt in the ground. It's not worth anything.
Exactly.
Sure,
But
the
opals
the
are more
person
rare.
that-
Opals are more rare stone. And look, if you make a painting, right? You make a painting, you make a sculpture. If you did that tomorrow, right?
Sure, I could.
Guess what? Guess what's never going to happen again?
Very well.
Somebody's going to
But-
try to do what you did, but it's never going to be yours. You were the original and the only. Duplications can happen, but it can never be duplicated. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's never the original
but
diamond.
It's
the truth, dude.
It's provocative. It's provocative. You know. But
And that's all that
people
matters.
are
People care about
naive.
that stuff.
They're-
And that's the best
No.
part.
No, but it's all a fucking gimmick, though. It's like, dude, you can make the most rare and original fucking piece ever, but if you don't have anybody backing you up that's like a quality stated fucking person, it's like, oh yeah, I've been here. I've sold Picassos, and I've done this, and
Yeah,
I've
but
done
that's-
that.
You're
And
right,
This
Tone.
guy, he's done the most remarkable thing fucking ever. Nobody's ever done a quality painting like this, and it's fucking paint splatters or fake paint drizzles, or you hung something up from a 24 fucking story warehouse and did it in a fucking circle motion off a rope with a fucking drill hole through the bottom of a goddamn paint can for one color, and then did it again and created
And
the
you're
most
right.
iconic swirl pattern paint.
You're
on
right to a
canvas
sense. Like
ever.
I understand.
pulled that shit out of my
You're
ass.
saying it's a
fucking
society.
stupid.
It's a society thing, and it is. But see, if
People
we
are
make it about people, it doesn't have to be a societal thing anymore. Do you understand? Like there doesn't have to be a guy that comes in with wine and a cracker and a monocle and go, that's the best painting, because he really doesn't matter. You know who matters? The people. The people matter.
Well, that's,
So
that-
one
that's what-
one guy comes in here that gets $20,000 a year to appraise a painting that supposedly he knows best about. But then you get a random group of people, and they go, I don't like it, and he loves it. What matters more, the group of people or that guy with the monocle? The group of people matter. So he can talk all he wants.
Right,
He could say out of his
Sure.
mouth that that's worth nothing, and then the whole world can turn around and go, you're worth nothing. That's the whole thing. That's the fight. That's the fight. They go, you're worth nothing. That's the page that we have to turn. That guy says something. He tells you the Mona Lisa's worth money. You go like this. You know what? I don't like the Mona Lisa. I like Stan Lee's first, drawing. I think it's better than the Mona Lisa. You bring the value.
Fuck
You see what I'm saying?
Stan Lee. Yeah, no, I mean, I love comic books, but I hate
Come
Stan
on.
Lee. Stan
Why?
Lee was
He was
Stan
a little
Lee
bit of a
was the
jerk, but he's
gimmick.
dead.
But
But he was
Stan,
a great guy.
Stan Lee was never an artist. He never created comics.
Whoa!
All
he
was,
did create
he
some
was a-
stuff.
No,
He was more of a
didn't.
creative director. I'll give that. But still, he still did a lot.
Nah,
He brought it
no.
together. He did. He
No.
did. He was an executive,
sure,
just like anything else.
sure.
You can't
He
beat
did-
him up.
But he,
If it wasn't for him, it
you know,
wouldn't be
the
here.
the
He
one
was a good
thing about
salesman.
Stan, yes, that's exactly what he was, and that's all he was. But he started
the
off
best,
as a
man.
nobody, and he came up, and he became something. But the one thing that he lived to his dying day, look, I was a comic bookist to the end, and I know a shit ton about that fucker. But he was ruthless. He was ruthless, But he stood strong. He fought for himself, and he lived the best life that he could live based on what was around him. And I'm jealous of what he was able to accomplish for
My name's Colonel.
his times, but he jumped one chip to another, and he threw a couple others under the bus. A lot of people that were part of his community.
You mean
um,
Todd
that he
McFarlane,
brought
right?
in. No, there's a lot. No, Todd McFarlane was way late.
Oh, I know.
This
He
is,
he let go of a bunch of the artists, and always was.
The original Marvel artists. The original Marvel artists. He dismissed them, and then that's when they jumped over to Image, and then Image became super hot and popular because everything that made Marvel ended up leaving because of Stan Lee and what he had done. Because Stan Lee originally created Marvel.
I guess he left because of
He wasn't an illustrator, he was a story writer,
trying to be good now, though.
not
No.
an illustrator. But the
I know,
illustrators are initially are what created the comics. And that's a totally different conversation we could have on a totally different day.
I'm getting better, I
Um,
promise.
but
And
I know a lot about that. But I do.
I
don't
understand where you're
hate-
coming from with that, but yeah, don't hate him. He's dead. And
I
and
promise.
also
No,
at the same time,
I don't hate Stanley, but I do disapprove of some of the quality aspects that could have been far greater for his company in the 90s when the comic book craze in our age, when we were in like 4th, 5th grade,
mhm.
3rd, 4th, 5th grade, when comic books were just like insane, right? I don't know if you were into comic books back then, but that's when I was into comic books. And that's what got me into being an artist and drawing and creating new characters and all these fathomable, imaginative ideas. You know, just as a child, 8, 9, 10 years old, they made me become an artist. But the reality is, if it's always about something that's pressuring you to do something else. Me myself personally, like, quite honestly, I'm just a jack of all trades. I'm nobody special. Nothing special about me, but I'm the key guy that in a world of people who work a life that can do something in their job and make money. They can make more money than me, sure. But I can fix anything that comes across my plate, whether it's your car, whether it's your house, whether it's a structure, to build something, to make something, to weld something, to create plumbing situation. Like, if I was off on my own, all by my fucking self, I can build anything.
I don't doubt that. I mean,
That's what I am. I've built race cars. I fix car. I've gone to a mechanic twice in my whole entire life, and that was only because I did not have the tool to get the job done. And quite honestly, after the aftermath, I probably could have done it better than they could, but they charged me way too much money for it, and I'll never do it again. Every single time. I learn from my mistakes. They're just normal dudes doing a job that anybody can do, and they overcharge. It's the nature of the game.
yeah, I agree. Yeah. Again, that's the same thing as art. Like we were talking before, like you can do the job just the same, but according to somebody that maybe put on a document that he's better, it's believed. That's societal, and it's all a state of mind. It's not actually the truth. So,
You're right. It's not.
that's the whole point. That's
It's
what
not
we're
the
getting
truth.
at, though. That's the whole thing. That's where we're at in society now, and I'm starting to live by those beliefs now. I used to look up to people because other people told me to. You understand what I'm saying to you? You know what I mean? Like
I do.
people would walk down the street and you'd be like, you know who's the best rapper? Drake, and I'd be like,
The future.
who's that? And that, you know what people would say that, like it would say
Okay,
stupid
okay,
stuff
well,
like that. They would
okay,
say like,
so
oh,
let-
Eminem's the best. You understand what I'm saying?
Let's take time out for a second. Are you a rap fan?
Just a
I used to be, dude. I don't listen to that shit no more.
Okay,
don't.
so
couple of
when you
surviving
did,
kids from the high school
who do you
whose
think
parents didn't make
in the prime of the rap era, who did
while
like? I'm not a huge rap fan by any means, and to be quite honest with you, there's only like maybe one hand, only a few, and it's only based on lyrics and what was said based on those lyrics. Not to be too complicated, but I have a favorite, just a favorite rap artist.
Who's
and
that? You could say
You
it.
might hate it, but I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say it, but my favorite rap artist of all time is Tech Nine.
Tech Nine.
Bar none.
Okay.
Tech Nine. Absolutely. I'll stand
Okay.
by it strong and hard, and
I don't know
got
all this
songs.
stuff, so I can't really. That would be me trying to know knowledge. I don't know. I know of Tech Nine, and I've heard songs by Tech Nine, and I know he's not a
Yeah,
horrible
you
rapper.
probably have not been around an avid Tech Nine artist, but he has got lyrically and challengingly, like, the balance of his music. The shit that gets played is all the garbage shit. It's all the public shit, just like politics. But the reality
It's all
is-
manipulation music.
Yep, exactly. It's like, this
I
is
know.
what we want you to hear.
I
Right.
know.
But the reality is the good shit, the solid shit, and the values of the music, the reality of the lifestyle. He talks and raps about all of it, and he's the best storyteller ever. And he talks and raps about what is life in his music, and it is legit. And the guy drops albums every 6 months, and nowadays I don't really like his music, but there's at least one or two songs that I don't know. But yeah, I stand by him as my favorite artist for sure.
I'll check him out more. I don't really.
I'll give you.
Yeah, shoot me
when
over
it
one of your
comes down
favorites, and I'll
to,
check out
like-
the lyrics. Honestly, I'm a lyricist snob
give you the-
now, and I don't want him. I don't want him rapping about booties. I don't want him rapping about his car. I really don't care.
No, he doesn't. He never raps about cars. He always raps about, women and shows. But there literally are a couple of albums where he's rapping about being on the road, and he has children, and he's wanting to be a part of his family, and yeah, he did some wrong stuff. But then he goes through a God mode, and then he has songs about God. So there's certain things that are super powerful that are that kind of help him change his ways. And then he goes through a period of his music where he does change his ways. But it also made me change my ways in terms of thinking about rap music. So then it made me change my ways, made me emphasize and look into, because I was into rap music for a very long time. As a child and as a teenager, we're the same age, so it was something that was like grasping, but at the same time, there's a lot of things in a period of time in my life where I was just like going through the same type of situation that he was going through, so I related. But I don't know. It just, I don't sit here and focus on him, but I mean, he's got some quality music as a rap artist that's it's actually very good. But you need to know the songs, and you need to hear the right music. I mean, it's not about just like, oh, this guy is the greatest rapper of all time. He's definitely better than Tupac. That's for damn sure.
Whoa, I don't.
He was.
I'm not kidding.
He was
I'm not-
not. He was.
I don't like stepping
ahead.
on dead rappers. I can't do it. I mean,
Doesn't matter. I mean, the reality was Tupac was an antagonist.
yes, he was.
mean,
he was, but he was also
I mean, come on.
he was a very good lyrical poet. He was a poet. He was, and he was very
Sure.
good. He was very good at exacerbating his situation. So, you know it's true, man. I'm trying to be
Man,
really
there's no
philosophical
doubt.
about it without being like
Hey,
rude.
it's all right, dude.
It's very true.
You're totally East Coast. I mean, the reality was like Biggie was phenomenal. That fucker could slap anything into being like a fucking like goddamn. I mean, the best way to put it would be like a sexual disease. You know what I mean? Like an STI or an STD. Like that shit was so intimately like sexual that it was like. Dude, like, this is happening, lady friend, we're getting down, and either you give me something or I'm not gonna get it. Like, I mean, his shit was, like, fluid and easy going, and it was just, like,
Yeah, they're two
philosophical.
different. They're definitely two different
You know?
rappers. I'll agree. I mean, I can't. Like I said, I don't
But, I mean,
know.
I mean, you're East Coast, and I'm not anti anything. I mean, it's like a good flow is a good fucking flow. I mean, it is what it is. But the reality is,
I'm kind of anti stuff sometimes. Like, I don't like hearing. I don't like hearing that stuff anymore. That gets people.
I don't like Drake. I don't like any of this.
Yeah, I don't like. See, I can't listen to that. I can't. That's mind
Dude,
control
everything
music.
sounds
Every
the
time
same.
every time I hear him, that's mind control music. I'm just like,
It's just like what my dad said. Just like probably what your dad said to you. All your music sounds the same. But you know, honestly, when you look back on it, like classic rock to us young kids, it all sounded the same. It sounded like classic rock. But the reality is, we chose not to listen to the words. And as a young kid, you just listen to the beat, you listen to the music, blah, 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 it's whatever. You know, and then you grow up and then you realize it's like, you know what, maybe what my parents were listening to actually was good music. And the reality is, back in like the 60s and
it was.
70s,
They
like,
listen to great music
there was some,
compared to now.
there was,
Compared to
yeah,
now, like
dude.
I
It's-
so leave
it's
it to Beaver in life. Like I'm the leave it to Beav now. All right, like in
Dude,
life when it
it's-
comes to
it's-
music, it's like
Right.
I don't want to hear about you packing a gun. First of all, you don't. Second of all, you're a liar. And then a lot of them, that's what they just talk about the same crap, dude. I'm like, all right, dude, I get it. Booty shake at your concert. You got a gun. I've heard it. Like, when does it stop?
Yeah, sure, dude. You're in shape, and everybody wants to know you because you got a good voice and you got a sexy body, so the women want to fuck you. I get
Exactly.
it. It's
Yeah.
all good. And guess what? You didn't do it with coke, so you're not a skinny ass rock star like Mick Jagger. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. You know. But
Yeah.
back in those days, you know, in the 70s and the 60s, food was scarce. It was a totally different time. You know, there wasn't a lot of gas for cars, and here we are as our country invading another country to fucking steal their oil because we're bullies. We're bullies as a motherfucker, and we bully our own fucking family, our own people, and then they steal from us so that they have more money to bully other countries around the world, and our country is trying to create the same thing around the world, and it's just, it's nasty, it's gross, it's disgusting. The reality
It is.
is,
It won't last
our
though, dude. That's the whole
country
thing. Everybody, I hate to use the term "waking up" because it's like such a millennial thing to say, but like honestly, we're waking up.
it's not about waking up, it's about
It's the truth, dude. We're waking up.
my-
That's
my-
why I don't
my
listen to them no
term,
more.
it's-
Like I can't explain
No,
why
it's-
I'm not still listening to
it's
Jay-Z. I
not
can't
even-
explain it.
It's not waking up, man. It's coming together. It's pulling together. And
Exactly.
it's
But that's
how
what waking up
you
is.
do
It's
it,
like,
because
because we don't want to listen
No,
to them.
sure.
They're like,
Waking up is
yeah,
a
man,
statement,
I got 30 cars, and you're like, well, I don't. Like, yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I don't.
Fantastic.
My best friend doesn't.
I have,
Yeah. My mom
I've
doesn't.
Got, I've got 3 cars. I've got 3 cars. And guess what? I
That's
bought
not bad.
one
That's
basically
average. You know what I mean?
Well, I got a sports car.
Yeah.
I've got a common use car, my economic car, and then I got my all-wheel drive, my 4-wheel drive vehicle, SUV, and that's it. I mean, they're not like all 2018s. I mean, I've got my sports car. It's a car.
That's what I'm saying, but
let
that's
my
how they
dad
live,
drive
and we
every
listen to them, and then our kids listen to them, and our kids go, well, mom, I want the new Yeezys, mom, I want the new Nikes, like, and you're just like, what? I need the new iPhone. They made a song about it. Cardi B has it. Kim Kardashian has it. And you're just like, what in the crap?
Kim Kardashian, fuck that fake ass. I mean, it's just like, what? How did she make all of her money and riches? Like, fuck that. Oh, like, are you kidding me right now?
It's
like,
highly true, but we gotta watch out. Some people out there might ride or die for that random lady that nobody, well, at least
Man,
that
like,
I know.
how does she deserve anything for doing absolutely nothing?
People
for
worship her. That's the
society,
broken part of
really.
society, dude. That's a broken part of society. We're over here like
Staring at the goddamn TV, like,
yeah.
I don't even understand how TV networks make so much fucking money off of somebody looking at a TV screen. Like, how does that make so much money? Oh, I got 500,000 people watching my broadcasted network, and I just made fucking $2 million. Like, I don't understand that. Like, I don't get how broadcasting and networking actually works on a visual status. Like, I don't understand it. I don't get how
broadcasting and networking.
Fucking Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie or some random newcomer just comes in and stands in front of a fucking green screen, because it's not a blue screen anymore, it's green screen nowadays, because it gives better dynamics or whatever, and they just sit here with a fucking jelly shoot with a bunch of fucking balls all over their shit, like they got hemorrhoids or herpes all over their body, and they just act, and they make like $200 million, or like the fucking TV show, what was that, 2.5 Men, fucking Charlie Sheen was making $1 million an episode for a 30-minute fucking show. And I mean, honestly, in between a 30-minute show with, I don't know, at least 8 to 10 minutes of commercials, so technically it's somewhere between a 20 to 22-minute show, he still makes $1 million. And the reality is, the scenes that he actually said words for, he probably spent a total time of real acting, a minimum of maybe, 5 minutes? And he got $1 million for 5 minutes.
Well, that's what's wrong with society. I've been telling people that forever. When we stop paying, our soldiers, when America's downfall was, right? When we stopped paying our soldiers more than our actors, that was the end. It was the end. It was the beginning of the end, because you started paying people that do nothing and pretend to be the things that the people in the real world do for real, more money than the people that, you see what I'm saying? You do it. Let's say you make cars, right? You fix cars. You fix things, right? That's what you do.
I build shit. I fix shit. Yeah.
Now I get Brad Pitt to play your part in the movie, right? Right? And he makes triple what you made. Not even triple, quadruple what you made.
What I made in my whole life up to that point. Yeah, that's pretty disgusting.
That's what, isn't it? And guess what they do with the money? Yeah. And I'm not trying to make fun of these people, but guess what they do with the money? They buy themselves a bunch of stuff. Give enough to
Oh, yeah, they
charity
waste-
so they don't get hurt by
and then
taxes.
there's
Buy
the
another
worst parents
house in the
ever.
Cayman. You know,
Yeah. No.
and then
Tom-
all the people
Tom
that are really.
Cruise. Tom Cruise was a terrible dad with Katie Holmes.
Dude, 50 Cent is a terrible. They're all. Dude, 50 Cent just like got mad at his own son because I guess he asked him for money. That cheapskate. Dude, people are just broken.
50
People are broken.
Was a fucking crook from the get-go, and he turned his ghetto-ass status into a rap artist, and then turned himself into a movie artist, so then he became an actor. And then that motherfucker's create TV shows, and then
That's the thing.
from his
But
acting,
if you go online today, people are actually idolizing what he's doing, like dead serious. They're like, this is what they're doing. Like, the dude just disclaims his son, right? And they're like laughing about it like it's a joke. That's not no joke, bruh. It's not no joke.
That's real life. Yeah. No.
If we were to do that, and your best friend was right next to you right now, you did that. You're like, whatever, man. You know, it's cool.
Dude,
You would get shunned.
I'll
But
tell you
50
this.
does it. They're like, oh,
Okay,
look at him
check this out.
go, yeah.
Okay, so check this out. Let me tell you about some real life shit with me. All right. My wife, my ex-wife, had an affair. Okay.
Mhm.
We bought a house together. I sold my house. She only got a portion because of based on what it was worth. She fucking left. Okay.
Mhm.
So I got the majority of the value of the home when I sold it. Okay. So I had a really good friend that I worked with. We'd known each other for quite a few years. We hung out a lot on a regular basis. Solid dude. Seemed like a great guy. What a fucking piece of work he really became. So I help him out because his wife's a nurse and they had this house that was quite honestly they were house rich and like bought a house way too big for what they needed. We walk into their house, huge ass house, not enough furniture for the whole house. It never had it. It wasn't, I'm not trying to talk them down, but they just really overexpended their budget. But they lived on lakeside property, so I think initially their goals were that they could have had some really great stuff in the long run. Bar none. They failed. They were struggling. My friend lost his job. He bought another car, but he still had a car payment on another car. And he wanted to get rid of it. And I sold my house. I had some cash flow. So I was like, hey, look, man. Your car's cool. It's like a 04 Chrysler Crossfire. It ain't nothing special. Wasn't fucking fast or anything like that. It's a cool, rare, unique car or whatever. It's like, look, what do you want for it? You need some cash. I'll buy it. It's like, yeah, $3,000. It's like, okay, fine. So I gave him $3,000 for the car. So he fucked me.
Whoa,
He didn't
really?
he did not pay off the loan because he still was making payments on it. But he's like, I was like, how much he still owe? And he's like, yeah, I think I owe like $1,800. I said, okay. I was like, how much you want for the car? He's like, $3,000. So I said, okay, I'll give you $3,000. Then I get the title, right? And he's like, yeah, I'll pay off the car. And he had lost his job, so the $1,800 I thought would be a good payment for him to pay some bills off, pay off the car, get off that monthly payment, and because they had already had another car for a couple of months, because he had bought a new car. He got like a new 2017 Honda Civic at the time. It's brand new at the time, but it's like they're not paying 2 car payments with a third car payment when he had just left his job. So I was like, all right, cool, awesome. I'll give you $3,000. You pay off the car loan, see the title. It was through a friend, so I thought it was going to be an honest transaction. Well, reality was he took the $3,000 so there's the title in the mail. Like, what's going on? He talked to the bank. Like, what's going on? He's like, I don't have the title yet. And I was like, okay, so when are you gonna get it so I can register the car? I don't want to drive the car. It's got expired tags on it right now. So you have to be driving it. So I time. And it's like, oh, okay. So then month 2 comes by and he's playing dodgy. And third month comes by and I said, what the fuck is going on? Where the fuck is my title? What did you do with the money? And he's like, well, there was more money left owing on the car than I thought there was. And I was like, oh, please do tell. He's like, so I'm not working, and Kirsten just broke her wrist. His wife, who was a nurse, that was working full time, and something happened, and then she ended up falling down and breaking the wrist or whatever. And all of a sudden now it was like, well, the reality was I didn't pay it off, and the reality was he didn't really actually call the bank and find out how much money he had left owing, because originally he told me he had $1,800 left over on the $3,000, and it was more than that, but it had come down just a little bit, so that the vehicle didn't become repossessed in his possession, but it should already have belonged to me. So I had to fork out an extra $1,800. And so I made sure I went through a legal document for the extra amount of money just so that I could buy this car. And I would have just been like, fuck it, you can just have the car back and then sue them for the $3,000. But there were a few issues with it, but I had already spent a bunch of money and fixed it and made it a desirable, fun driving car again. And that's the whole reason why he replaced it, because he didn't have tools, he didn't have any automotive knowledge, and it actually was very easy to fix. But
oh wow!
It was just a noticeable. But so still to this day, it's supposed to be like $2,500.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, well, it's like, when you think somebody's something good to, like, dude, we clicked, like, when we were around each other all the time, like, dude, we were, like, a hot connection, but, it's like one of those rare people where you feel like you connect to, and you're just like, wow, man, this guy's, like, something else, and you think about it, but you don't say that to him, you know what I mean? And it's just like, wow, like, this is fun. This is just like, I don't know, it just makes you feel like a certain, just, I don't know, like together, when we were together, like our chemistry, it was fire, it was hot. It's just like, together we could, it just seemed like we could do anything, like we could just conquer the world together kind of a thing. But the reality is that, like, when we're not together, it's just bullshit. Everything is just bullshit.
Yeah.
And the reality is, now that he owes me a lot of money, it's like he is more distant than he's ever been. And the downside is...
That's because he's ashamed. He's ashamed.
Right, of course. And I know that. And it's like... I try to keep it simple, and I try to keep it calm, and I try to be real. It's like, man, like, with the money that he owed me, he wanted to pay me $50 a month. I was like, with the legal agreement, he owed me like $2,700. And he's like, I was like, look, dude, what was your car payment? He's like, my car payment was, I was like, on the Crossfire. And I was like, my car payment was $340 a month. And I was like, you obviously weren't paying it, right? He's like, no, you bailed me out on that. And I said, okay.
So obviously you can't pay $340 a month. You got a new car payment. You're still paying off the old car. He's like, "Can I pay you $50 a month?" I was like, "It's $2,700 that you owe me right now." Okay, because I kicked some extra free cash when I sold my house. I dropped him like an extra $750, and then I dropped him like an extra $550 because I cared about the dude. And I was like, you know what? I got a bunch of money. So what? Whatever. You know, the money is money. Money comes and goes. I don't care about fucking money. Money doesn't mean shit to me. Value of people
That's a good
is
view.
what means something to me.
Same.
Okay, I burned through 115,000 extra dollars in like 14 months. I gave 10 grand to my parents. I helped my sister reconstruct all of the teeth in her fucking face. I helped a couple of family and friends and lifestyles, helped them out. I didn't care. It was money. Whatever. I didn't have it before. I got it now. They don't have it. Whatever.
Oh, I made my character, by the way. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but I'm level 4.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
I'll wait for you in the church. I did the bulk of the missions to get them started.
It's alright. Let me just go to the new character. It's alright. I was at the new
Just so you
character
can keep
stream.
talking and like do that. I wanna give you the heads up because I'm gonna make my base.
No, it's all good. I know. So I mean, I got frustrated. Sure, you know, like I bought a $3,000 car, but it cost me like damn near $6 grand. And then like this fucking jackass is completely what he is a fucking jackass, you know. But it's like I don't, you know, he's ashamed. Sure, you know, we don't talk. It's like, yeah, let's get together, let's hang out. But it's like, I gotta come up and come see him. And I think the reality of the situation is, it's like, look, dude, you don't want it, man. And I don't bust his balls. But when it's like, we signed a contract, and I didn't even charge him. I didn't even put in a late fee into the contract, which was probably my biggest fault. That would give him some incentive to make sure he pays on point.
Mhm.
You know, so I'll go like 3 months with no payment, and I gotta like get at him and be like, look, what's going on? And it's like, fuck, now that it's been like a year and a half, and, you know, the reality is, my money's gone. Just, no, I don't want to be doing it. Don't get me wrong, I love being
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm gonna call this
I went with Jack.
dude, Jack.
Yeah, because Jack Sparrow.
Oh yeah. Man, it's gonna be tough, Playboy. Trying to go with the fucking.
I already beat all the missions without dying so far. I'm being pretty good.
Oh, all the early shit's super easy, obviously for reasons.
It's better than I did with my first set. My first set I died like 4 or 5 times.
Alright, so you just ran through the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I bashed it all out of the way. I'm up at the part where I gotta go to
When
Flatwood
you left
and
you
Mhm.
took my advice and just ran straight for the exit, and then you looked at your inventory and seen that like everything was there.
yep, just like you said.
Telling you, man.
I felt like I've been lied to, and I should have did it originally. I felt like
You know what?
I felt like they were
That's
selling me
just-
something inside. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, it's just how it works, right?
And
Name of the
definitely
game.
is the name of the game.
Grind it out, right? Man, like, I love this game. I do.
I do too.
I really enjoy this game. But
It's
you know,
exactly what I thought it would
yeah,
be, actually. I mean, some obvious glitches and, you know, foundation problems, but
they're
I'll give them
so-
I'll give them the humble time period that they did deserve to fix it. You know what I mean?
There's so much more they can do. I mean, it's like it's so less, to be honest with you. Like capabilities of what they can do, and it's like little simple stuff. Why am I going the wrong way? No, it's but yeah, it is. It's just the game.
What's that? This game?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Life 2? It is kind of a game. If that's what you're getting
Sure.
at.
No, yeah, of course, obviously.
Well, obviously you play the game with like, well, you play Life with the right aspects, you know what I mean? So that's the foundation you got to live off of. You
I
know?
don't look at life as a game, but I think that that's the problem with our real life is that there's a lot of people out there that actually look at life as a fucking game. You know? And
I
then
kind of do, but like not like I used to. I look at it like a game, like where I have to prove to other people that like I'm ready to be what I'm ready to be. You know what I mean? It's different. I'm different now. Jeez, I just got shot pretty badly.
And I don't even know what kind of character I really want to build right now. Alright, let's see here. Let me go back to my book here. Because I got two complete opposite characters that I'm working on building. But now that I'm in the game, and I don't want to talk about anything outside life other than game status. Alright, so here we go.
Probably best that way anyway.
Archetypes. Okay, so we got commando character. So commando character. Then we got critical master. Let's see here. Critical master is a special of strength of 11, perception 12, 13, agility, 15 luck. Everything's luck, man. Commando is 15 perception, 15 luck, 9 agility. Let's see, like, kind of like my character build, honestly, is gonna fall into critical master, which is 15 luck, 13 agility, no perception, but no strength. Interesting. Heavy gunner, lone sniper, power armor tank, scavenger, stealth operative, team medic, unhinged grenader, weapon melee specialists. That's the pre-created classes. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the book are 10 pre-created classifications for character development. The question is whether or not you want to follow or see
Who, me?
those.
Are you?
I am just outside Vault 76 while I'm staring at the book right now. Nothing.
Did you make the way he wanted to look, or?
You got time for that shit? You can change it anytime you want to. Know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to this Pennington. Cool. Give me the fucking holiday. That's their body. Give me the pistol. Alright, so we still haven't decided on quality compromise between what we wanted.
I think I'm gonna go with. What's the gun I got now? I picked a gun already. The startup gun.
Okay, well,
What's the gun?
I'll tell you this. I'm gonna go gangster outside the box. Okay, I want to do straight up like super. I want to do heavy everything, like whether it's like rocking the Batman, heavy explosives. I mean, I want to be able to be the guy that's got like the over-the-shoulder weapon, whether it's a missile launcher is my regular weapon. I want to make them as light as possible. I'm just going to be that exploding nerd where it's just like my jizz, this is my load. I'm breathing new life into this devastating world. Does that make sense, or
Makes
just wanna go
tons of
with
sense,
insanity?
actually.
Yeah.
Tons of
This
sense.
world, I just want to go bar none, all out, explosive everything. I know that explosive has been nerfed, but I really want to just like have like the stupid, most ridiculous, just explosive fuck your world up.
Well, I'm gonna go opposite. I'm gonna go kind of stealth, like handgun, like I said, and sword. I don't know what that would be. Light gun, light sword. I might even not double sword. I might just go one hand and just the other hand just a gun, like a very light pistol and no heavy armor. So I'm guessing you're gonna be the tank. I'm gonna be.
No, I'm not going to be able to be a tank. I mean, I can tank it out, but what the fuck?
We're gonna have to get a tank then. We're gonna have to get another
Well, I
soldier.
can still be tank, and I know how to build tank.
Well, I'm not gonna I'm not tanking. I already did like that.
Oh,
Kind
yeah,
of,
yeah,
that's
no,
it.
I already know what your build is. Your build is just like my build. I gotta tell you, man, like, you're gonna get angry. You're gonna be very frustrated. It sucks. It sucks so bad, and it's hard. And I felt invincible. Oh my god, I'm punching a fucking liberator right now. Because the dude did not drop me even a fucking pipe pistol. Cool. Drop me
Hi,
a
Mom.
fucking
Hi, Dad.
firearm, you piece of
I'm
shit.
home. Sorry it's been
Ridiculous.
so long, but
Come out of the vault!
I couldn't get away.
Punch a steel
I know
fucking
neither of you
beast
is around.
shooting lasers at you. Awesome. Yeah.
I miss watching
Should be
the ad
ranked
grade
by
papers on
fucking
the
Sounds like a
life.
great idea. I don't know what you're doing.
I miss the three of us huddled
Yeah,
Is that what
around.
everybody
yeah,
does?
Yeah, yeah. Come out of the
Listening to
vault.
Silver
Hey,
Sound.
welcome. It's Reclamation Day.
Dad,
Hey,
right
how does it
about what
feel
living
to be
underground
out in
is
the
really
open
like.
world?
I know, it feels like a...
Locked in
There was not a really good plan coming out of the vault, was there? It was like,
challenge.
alright, so you'll leave, and then everybody else will leave. Like, there's not like... It feels like there would be like a base right in front of the vault. Like right there, like a big base that destroys those things. But no, you're out punching... punching robots
Yeah, well,
with your
I mean,
bare
it's
hands.
like there's that dead body after like the second staircase walking down, which on both characters at least had a pipe pistol, but it should be mandatory that all characters get at least a minimum of a fucking pipe pistol at that location. No, there was nothing there. So, I'm still rocking fists. And I am farther than I've ever been in the game. And I'm still rocking fists. But you know what's really cool about fists and punching?
No.
Which really floors me, and that's why I was talking about two-handed weapons, is the fact that when you have bare fists, you use both left and right arm. But your one-handed weapons, like if you had knives, like daggers or one-handed weapons like swords, you should be able to dual wield, because when you have fists, you can use left and right, and they do that. You attack, bare fists. Then when you have fisted weapons, you should be able to double them up. Now maybe some of these one-handed fist weapons that are overly powerful, you cut them in half, or cut it like a third down until you have two weapons, and you can double them, or increase your attack speed time for your DPS. You could have like power fists on two hands, but then you could seriously decrease the amount of damage
What is this?
a one-handed weapon
Oh,
does.
yo, I found the alien.
Oh, nice.
It's level 30 though. I can't kill it. It's
Kill
an
it.
alien though. I'm level 1 or something like.
Man, it's impressive that you found it at level 1. I didn't kill my first alien until I was level 105.
What should I use?
But I've
Oh,
seen
I
dead
can't-
ones.
This tomahawk might work. Dude, level 30 though? I don't know if I can take this
Throwing
dude. What does he
weapons
shoot?
are
What's he
Throwing
shoot?
weapons are super powerful early stages. You don't have any plans for them, but they do like 51 damage.
Are you in the same server as me?
Oh, you know what? I'm probably not.
Dude, I don't know if I could take this dude.
I'll join your server. Dude, I don't even have a gun. I don't have a knife. I don't have.
I have a gun. I don't know if I could take him.
Oh my god.
There's no way. He's level 30. I'm level...
I'm joining your server.
There's no way. I want to punch it. I want to shoot it. Oh!
Do you
Oh!
have a snow out of here?
Oh, he disappeared.
Oh, shit, son.
Does that mean he's gonna attack me?
I don't know. It's an alien. I can't tell you what he's gonna do. Are you kidding me? Are aliens even fucking real?
I mean, it depends on, like,
Is
how
it-
you
is it
look at
stupid
the
to think that-
situation.
Come on.
Me,
Let's be real.
in my point of view, in my perspective, yes, but it's not in a way in the senses that people say. Like,
Well, right. I mean, obviously, it's like the reality is, if there's no other life out there, it's an awful waste of space. The reality is, there's other life forms out there. The reality is, are they wasting their time visiting us? Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not.
I don't think they would have to visit. I think they would be. I don't think they would. I think they would just be like, "Hey, I can visit without visiting." You know what I'm? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna send.
Well,
you can build your base on this thing.
about us, the human race, or a human, or as a race. Everything is things down to knowledgeable brain and what everything means. We are not flat beings. We live in a three-dimensional world, but yet there are tons of people who still, at this time and place, and with the technology and the things that are discovered since the fucking like 1200s with Aristotle and a bunch of other scientific individuals. Okay, so clearly the world is not flat, right? It's spherical.
Yes.
Anything
It's
with
oblate.
a telescope. Yeah, I know. I just anybody who thinks the world is flat, like if you told me that you said that the world is flat, I don't care if ands or buts or whatever. Maybe we could argue for about less than 5 minutes.
That would be done.
I probably would delete you because there's no way, shape, form in hell that every single planetary system, whether it's the sun, the Mercury, Mars, whatever, why are they all round? Like, but
I
the
mean,
Earth
it is.
flat,
It's
right?
kind of mentioned that it's not flat.
No.
But
Well, the
I mean,
reason-
people read the book, and they think that it mentions
No, you
that,
know
but
what the basis is, right? They base it all off of water. They base it all off of water.
yeah, but they also
water
base
is
it. They
flat.
base it off the Bible. The Bible's where they get that idea. But then it says, all right. But then it says that the angels were at all 4 points of the earth, right? The four main angels, right? But
4
the four-
points.
Yeah, the 4 points. Yeah.
Well,
It doesn't-
what are the 4 points of the Earth?
That's where they get it. It's from that line. Do you
Okay,
understand?
so you're talking about polar caps for 2, and then the other 2 would be like the eastern and what, like the farthest, the most center points of the Earth. I don't
I
know.
d-
It's like
It's just
You know what I mean?
it's a word. It's words from a man that was living at the time that seen them or knew
Okay,
of them.
so-
Like he when they said he's standing at 4 points to Noah's
I mean,
eyes, it would have been like it was before for him actually. It's like he would have seen.
okay, so
He would have seen.
that
He would have
wasn't-
seen. It's just his view. So
Sure.
to his view, it could have been the 4 points of his view. It could have been that there was 4 points and then it became oblate. There's so many
about-
different things. It
You
could
weren't
have been
talking
flat and then
about-
made round, but it's definitely round. Like that's the whole point. We are we are definitely on a round planet. Like,
Oh,
could it have once been flat? It wouldn't have shocked me. I
No.
wouldn't be like, oh, maybe,
Oh,
possibly. I don't rule
well,
anything out. I don't rule
individual-
anything
no,
out.
I just wanted to entertain the idea of this, of the idea that the world is flat. So I checked out this video, and it was, I mean, this guy was fucking dumb. All he kept doing is just like reverting to the world is flat, and it's like trying to break out some scientific facts. It's like, and his scientific facts were inaccurate as a motherfucker, and it was like, this is shit that I knew a long time ago. You know, it's like he was like trying to say that the Earth rotates at 12,000 miles per hour.
Whoa.
But based on mathematics, that's not accurately entirely true. And I was like, I don't know where you're getting your facts from, son. But he's like, water's flat. And then it's like, I kept coming back, and it was like, show us a fact. And it's like, water's flat. Water lays flat. There's no way, shape, and form that, like, we spin around the Milky Way galaxy at 125,000 miles per hour. And this is what happens when water is magnetized, and he drops a magnet in, like, a fucking bowl of water. And he drops, like, a super strong magnetism, like, washer the size of a quarter, drops it in there, and then water pulls in. And I was like, he's like, gravity doesn't make water pool in and all this shit. I was like, man, oh my god, you are the most ridiculous, most unintelligent person I've ever heard in my whole entire life. Like, you don't understand the way science works right now. I'm angry at you.
But see, they were gonna make a TV show about it, and I think they should. That would be a great TV show.
About what? About
Like people going to find the edge of the Earth. Come on, that would be classic, dude. Tell me you would not watch that every day.
like,
Tell me you
we
would.
don't- we don't really have any satellites out there. Google's scientific imagery on your own fucking house doesn't really exist, right? And we can't drop a pinpoint missile on somebody because we don't actually have a satellite outside our own planet with all the fucking quadrillion pounds of junk floating around. Like, oh my god. Are you kidding me right now? It's just... Sure. I
Look,
would love
I'm
to
not
see
gonna take some stuff from away from it though. Like, alright, you know the pictures of the globe, and like the pictures that, well, I don't want to get into it. Like the moon taking the pictures from the moon. If you ever seen the pictures of Universal before we even knew like the world was circular, Universal Pictures, look it up. I mean, there is some things where you go, and I can understand why a naive person would think so. Do you understand? Like, I wouldn't blame them.
Did you go to the movie theater and watch First Man?
No, what's that?
The movie First Man.
Yeah, I'm asking you, what's that?
So it was
Is
a
it good?
recreation of
Of the moon landing.
what action of the official moon landing with Neil Armstrong and it was the way that they made it, like, it was intense. Like, if they actually really
They didn't go.
were...
They didn't go. I'm so sorry. I don't like to crush people's dreams on that, but there's no way it only takes 3 days to get to the moon and back. One trip's gonna last longer than the other, no matter what you do. Cause you gotta figure gravity. One's gonna be faster. One's gonna be slower. You see what I'm saying? Cause the Earth has gravity. It does. It's like, alright,
Okay,
so
so
you
let-
have
let
to be
me ask
faster.
you, okay, so what do you know?
That's a scientist, like, that's scientific proof, like, gravity pulls.
What do you know? What do you know about the moon? What's incredibly crazy about it?
What's incredibly crazy about the moon?
Yeah.
That it illuminates?
What? No.
What else? What else?
Wow. You don't want me to blow your fucking mind, do you?
No, blow my mind, please. What's amazing about the moon?
The moon is incredible in so many aspects. It's almost
I know it's
mind-boggling.
incredible. I know it controls water. I know a lot of these things, but what is the incredible news I don't know?
So the distance from Earth to the moon, and for the size of the object of the moon, it is exactly the same size from the distance from the Earth to the moon, which is 400. It's 400 times the distance from Earth to the moon, as it is from the 400 times from the distance of moon to the sun. Mathematically. Okay?
That means that it's not real. That means they just made up math.
No,
You know that, right?
Distance. Potentially,
There's no-
sure, it could.
There's
could-
no
it
way to
could
guarantee
follow the
either of those measurements.
Well, the reason
That's
why the
complete
measurements...
math pulled out of the butthole.
No. The reason why the mathematic inclusion actually is accurate is because that's why we get full solar eclipses. That's why we get full lunar eclipses. They're 100% at its distance. Blocks the sunlight. It blocks the moonlight. It's precisely, at least at this time of our human race and our evolution. But the reality is, at this point in time of our life cycle, is that the Earth and the moon, the moon actually every year, every 365 days of the year that the moon orbits our planet, it actually is leaving our gravitational pull.
See, but that's not
It's
not
going
true
away
because
from
NASA
us.
actually has another report not far back. You can look it up. Not far back before that, where they
I'll look it
claim
up.
that
I will.
that it's
I promise you I will.
that they said it was coming towards us.
Bullshit.
Dude, they say it all the time. They also admitted, NASA also admitted there was a 9th planet coming towards the Earth. NASA lies a lot. I'm not trying to beat them up because I love NASA and I love that we.
Planet X? Are you talking about fucking Planet X?
Yeah, they
you
say there's an object coming into.
Yeah,
They do. There's a report.
Man,
It's on their
I will
website.
Okay, dude, I have watched. Dude,
It's on
I
their
have,
own
like,
website.
I'm so out of this world that it's like beyond this world. It's just like so many people are just like, like fucking ridiculous. Like Pluto is supposed to be the lost planet. All these scientists say that like Pluto was once a planet, which is now not a planet because it's so
No,
fucking
it's supposed to be
small.
behind Pluto.
But you know, Pluto is smaller than our own moon, but at least it was in an orbit. I mean, the reality is, our own fucking scientists don't know jack fucking shit.
Yeah, they talk out of their ass.
So-
It's theories. That's
Yeah,
my point.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I should have went into that shit because
They wouldn't have let you though, because you would have been trying to prove them wrong, and that would have made them mad.
because I am such a fucking jerk off. I'm such an asshole, and I can't put up with other people's fucking nonsense.
I'm
But
a
the
stickler too.
reality
I would be the same way.
is-
I'd have been like,
So check this out, all right? So they talk about all kinds of things, right? So Planet X, what they're talking about is Planet X, and all these fucking millennials are just like, hey, so there has to be another planet out there. I mean, the reality is like there's a lot of things that we can't see. The reality is we're sitting here looking through telescopes at stationary stars. And we got all these outer space fucking telescopes that look as shit. You know, and they got this thing that's like Planet X, and they're trying to use it as in our own solar system to understand how planets are in those solar systems. So sure, they've got all these telescopes. We got telescopes everywhere on the whole fucking planet because all we are fucking stargazers.
Their theories
And you
based
look
off of
at 'em-
Jupiter. They base it off
what they're-
Jupiter's.
They're basing theories off of what they know, and what they know is what they know is when they see a dot, a light from a distant star, and something goes across it, they measure the distance, how much time
Of the
that
light, yeah, it goes back to the-
flickers across the star. So that's what they're determining with Planet X as well. So even though we spend so much time looking at outer space, we are still trying to determine what is happening within our own space. And trust me, my friend, I'm probably one of the few people that you could just randomly come across that pays attention to space, because the reality is in life, as much as shit goes on this planet, which is fucked up as a motherfucker, reality is there's so much more going on outside our own world that's beyond all of our capabilities. So I'm enticed by that.
Oh, me
Or
too.
random
I
games.
love space. I'm not. There's not. But see, I pay attention to what they say. They contradict themselves all the time. All the time.
Of course they do.
So like
Absolutely.
they say they went to the moon, right? And I'm like, all right, fine, you did. And then I watch another program where they say,
That's politics.
the-
That's politics.
yeah, I know,
That's
but
different.
watch. They're like, all right,
Government.
but there's vicious gamma radiation rays that right after you leave the Van Allen belt can kill you on contact. Then they send a
What?
spaceship up.
What?
That, yeah, that's what
What?
they say.
Say that,
Not-
say that again.
It's not
I-
gamma.
I
the,
haven't-
the word. All right. So after the Van Allen belt, there's a point where the Earth's protection. You leave after the Van Allen belt. You pass a protection layer that exists, and then you're out in space, and you're what's the word of the light? But there's an ultra light that goes through things. Okay.
You're
and-
talking about radiation protection at that point.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
you get outside
So they were saying
the
styrofoam.
ozone layer, the outside the ozone
Yeah.
layer, you have no radiation protection.
Yeah, exactly. So on a space
That's what
shuttle,
the suit's all
they're
about.
saying they got a space shuttle, put styrofoam insulation with metal, which have you would be like, all right, it's like me throwing a metal bowl inside the microwave with
It's-
styrofoam
it's-
inside.
Come on now, you got to give a little bit more credit. It's not just metal, man.
It
come
was more
on,
metal than it
it's-
was anything on the outside of that. Yes, it was. It's like throwing that in the microwave. According to what they're saying, to the way space
You
reacts, it's
gotta
like
give-
throwing that out there.
Come on,
That's exactly
those,
what it
those
is.
Those ships were outside in the real world, and those people still live today. And those
Yeah,
suits
and
do
look
exist.
look it up, dude. Look up Neil Armstrong admitting he didn't go, dude. He said it himself, dude.
Look up
Or no,
Neil
Buzz Aldrin.
Armstrong.
Buzz Aldrin said it.
Come on,
I apologize. Buzz Aldrin really said because we didn't go. I'm not even making it up,
Really?
dude. I'm not even making it up. And it was recently. It was last year. I swear.
And you-
I
okay,
swear.
and I'm a French model because my last name's Depew.
Dude, I'm serious, dude. Look it up. I'm not even making it up.
Like,
That's not a joke. That's the video you should look up. Buzz Aldrin
Okay.
talking to a little girl
Was it-
after
was it-
he was
was
reading
it-
his biography or something. He
was
goes,
it Buzz Aldrin is still alive, or is he dead?
he's alive.
He's alive still to this day.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright.
Yeah, unless he died like last year.
You know, honestly, watching the movie, watching how they were supposedly supposed to land, and even at that time, which was not that long ago, it just made me realize, like, watching the movie, I was like, wow, dude, this is like crazy intense. Like, this is insane. This is nuts. You know, it's like we got all these satellites, and we've been sending out probes, and they're taking images. You know, the one thing that's phenomenal, at least in my opinion, with the science, like we are fucking, we We are all just a bunch of fucking idiots. We are so dumb. Whether or not I believe that we landed on the moon or not, it doesn't matter. There ain't jack shit on the moon.
That's the point. That's the point. But that's propaganda, though.
There's-
We gotta fix
there's
here.
not
That's the whole
jack-
point. I agree with you.
There's not jack shit. You know what I think is even funny? Is that for whatever reason, in this whole entire capacity of this world, that why in the hell do we think that people that actually really want to go to Mars, like, you gotta find some extreme real pioneers. Like, there's no way. It's gonna take 9 months. It's gonna take 9 months to get there. 9 months.
What, to get to the moon?
Can you? No, to get to Mars.
Oh.
Supposedly, there's a new technology that's supposed to reduce that by about a third of a percentage, which is ionic. It's like ionic atomizing technology, where
Yeah,
it's
where they
like
want to
so.
space.
No,
They want to bend space time.
it's
Right?
No, it has nothing to do with bending space time. What it is it's a magnetic. The thing about space is, right, like a majority of the initial space, once you leave a gravitational field, the ability to travel fast is about perpetual motion. Okay? Well, the crazy part is that constant acceleration will constantly accelerate you. So theoretically, like speed of light potentially could be achieved if you have a thrust system that could, propel you fast enough. But it would take you way too long beyond a human lifetime to be able to achieve that number of. But the reality is that they have this other form of perpetual motion, and it's called like an ionic drive. I found it it was like 16 months ago or something, maybe like a year ago, and it's a magnetic ionic drive, and it's a perpetual motion that in an anti-gravity atmosphere, no gravity or anything like that, that you're just creating a constant thrust, and it's supposedly it's supposed to reduce the time travel from Earth to Mars by 3 months. But the reality is that you're thrusting, and originally it was supposed to take 9 months to get there based on our constant thrust systems that we're familiar with. That it's using the outside energy and recycling it for a propulsion system to be able to make us gain, right? But the reality is there an anti-thrust system? Because if you're going in the laws of perpetual motion, you have to reduce the speed in order to land, right? Look at you, baller, Mr. Level 5. Is that you?
Yeah.
Just saved my ass. Thanks.
Well, yeah, I seen you standing still, and I heard something punching
I
somebody.
know. I still don't have anything. Do
you want a gun?
Weapons.
What gun do you want? I got a few on me.
I don't care. Just
I got,
I don't give a shit. I need ammo though too.
Alright, well, right now I'm using 308 again. Maybe I'll just stick to 308. You want the 38, 45, wrench, tomahawk.
Okay.
I got a hatchet. I got
Um,
2 purposed axe. I got an axe. You want an axe? Here's an axe.
Jesus, are you in the house still?
Yeah, I'll drop you 2 grenades. I'll drop you 1 bolt action, 1 revolver. Okay.
I don't even know what character I want to build right now. To be honest with you, you want to let's see. You want to go with the crazy build this time.
Yeah, I've been doing pretty good with it, actually. Again, no death yet.
Uh, all right, maybe I'll go with the shot or sniper build. I don't know. I don't really. You know what? I think I want to go like assault rifle. I think that's what I'd like to do. Assault rifle.
Oh,
Unless you
nice.
want to do that.
No. I'm gonna do handgun
go
and
with,
a blade. Handgun and a blade.
You're going with handgun and a blade. You know
I
what?
wanna
To
be
be
fast,
honest
so
with you,
I was gonna be fast with it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go agility. I know the blade's
Okay,
not. It's gonna be
alright.
my second weapon. That's all. I'm gonna be
All right, well,
mainly
it's gotta be.
handgun.
Well, that's totally one-handed blade. That's like a shiv,
I want to like katana. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna
like a
katana.
fucking shank. All right, well, all right. So I want to go for the commando build. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's favorite this. Whatever. I got a bunch of shit now. Whatever. It hurts. You didn't even see me, bitch. Come on. I'll slice you up. I'll tell you what hurts. Okay, alright. Let me get out of here. I've just been standing there talking out my ass. I really need to smoke a cigarette though, Playboy. Alright, where are you?
I'm just like outside that log area. I'm just kind of relaxing.
We're not even in this. We're not even in the same party right now.
I know. I gotta get going soon. I gotta sleep. I got work tomorrow. I got 50 more minutes. Try to get up to level 5. I won't do much.
I
I'll
can
just
get
stand
to-
back.
Well,
I know you can pass me
I need-
without a problem, but
oh yeah, I can catch up, no problem. That's not my problem. My problem right now is talking too much because I'm just passionate about the real life. I don't want to see it come to what we're doing right now. It's just like,
yeah, because you know that's our alternative plan. That's why we gotta step lightly. We start to rebel, and then the place looks just like this. That's why we gotta step lightly. Do it like they do it. Steal back. It's the best option.
no, but it's just,
If they steal. You know what I'm saying? If they start.
they do, but they do.
Oh,
do
they
it
don't
through
steal.
taxes.
Right now, most people are okay with how much they steal from them. But if they start to steal more and then take things away, people will erupt. And that's the thing. That's where we're at right now. So we just gotta just wait it out.
That's
And
that-
see
that's why
how
taxes
stupid the
are
government think
subtle.
they are.
All right. Okay, so there you are. All right. Me, come over to you.
I already did all the thing in the Flatwoods.
Yeah, I just gotta jump over. I just gotta jump over to the overseer's camp real quick and do this stupid, silly bullshit. But you're right next to it, so. Do
Oh, my
that, do a
base?
couple of- Oh, I don't know about your base.
My base is pretty close to it.
Camp or whatever. No, but you're right next to. I'm just fast traveling.
I just put it on a tree. I put it on a hill. I don't even know why.
Oh,
probably should've
Jesus.
put
Are you kidding me? I tried to flash travel to you and it
Oh,
literally
yeah,
moved me in the. Wow, that was disgusting. That was really terrible. That was no benefit whatsoever. You were
Why?
close to where I was trying to go.
Oh, sorry.
My guy is. No, it's not your fault. I
Well,
try to
just
take
fast traveled
advantage.
too, so it could
No,
be my
that's
fault.
fine. No, I'm just angry that my AP sucks. I'm like trying to sprint and run, and he's like, I'm tired. I'm tired. I've been in a vault my whole life. I can't run.
Yeah, with perfect oxygen. Now you're out and that would be real. That would be real. His lungs would be all kinds of effed. What is this?
Come on. Government airdrop. Give me something. Alright, cross the water. Okay, that's close.
Hiker.
Alright. Overseer's log. Alright, fine, cool. Here's this I can't do anything with. Alright, well, at least you did not destroy or remove. Don't get rid of your Vault 76 suit. Right?
Oh yeah, this time I'm not gonna do it.
Alright, good.
Action points regenerate fast.
God, man, she just sounds like an old ass woman who gives you good advice, but it's just like mom. It's like you want to listen to her, but at the same time you don't. It's like I've been here before, damn it. At the same time, I'm like, is there something that I didn't hear or listen to the first time? You're parched. Drink some water. I don't want to drink any water. Damn it. Fucking Flatwoods. Oh man, this is sorry ass town.
Action points regenerate faster. Should I use that one? Born survival. Falling
Well,
below,
what are you trying to
automatically-
build right now?
Falling below 20% health, you will
You,
automatically.
you need
sustain
action
impact.
points. Action points, agility.
Yeah.
If you can put action points into
I
something,
got gun runner
like,
too.
that's important. Yeah, do it. Action points are important, especially early on. Really, robot? Dude, I'm like Jason Voorhees right now, bitch. I got a machete. That's right. That's right. You're gonna turn into this rusty frame just like the one that you just died next to, bitch. Pound meat. Yeah, give it to me, baby. Uh-huh. Let me power attack you.
kidding me? Am I over encumbered already? No, I'm not. I only have 35 pounds. Oh, I'm crippled. Yeah, I got a fucked up, crippled leg. I hate the introductory of this game because it's terrible. Are you kidding me right now?
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just... It's just stupid how my heart throbs over some bullshit when I'm walking down the main road. Oh, I'm about dead.